Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals and I am excited for a journal raffle. I've done one of these in the past and it was so fun, quite a few years ago now, and I always had in mind to try it again one time, and I pulled this one out from my Etsy. This is the last journal from the vintage French fabric and lace collection. This is one of the larger ones in that collection. There was a similar one with blue flowers. This one's more of an antique grungy themed journal, so lots and lots of vintage and antique, original, authentic ephemera from France that I've sourced over the years. Lots of handmade tags, lots of collage, lots of just stunning ephemera. I'll do a bit of a flip through of this in this video. I already have a more in-depth one though if you want to check that out on my channel. But this is a raffle for a fundraiser because I am in the final stages of getting my book ready to be published. If you've followed my channel for a while, I did a bookmaking course with one of my favorite authors and artists, Sabrina Ward Harrison, last year. It was a year-long course and it was absolutely amazing. I put together my book. It's a mixed media book that looks a bit more like a memoir, a magazine, but it's a visual memoir created in the style of my journals. So there's lots of collage, there's lots of photos, there's paint, there's art, there's drawings. Of course, there's lots of writing as well. And it's just a combination of all these different things that I love brought together in a book, as opposed to in a junk journal. So I'm going to share a bit more of those pages and a bit more of the behind the scenes look. This was the journal that I kept during the bookmaking course. So I kept this journal for an entire year, and there's a lot of brainstorming in here, a lot of drafts, lots of the pages in here turn into finished pages in the book. So I'm not sure if I've shared a full flip through of this one and just show you the behind the scenes look, the inspiration, the process of how my book came together from my journal. And this is The Art of Mental Health. This is a different book that I published back in 2019. So that's when I did the other raffle. So that time, it was actually suggested to me by some subscribers, I believe. They suggested that I do a journal raffle and that it could be a fundraiser to get this book published. And so I did that and it was absolutely amazing. So thank you to my amazing subscribers who helped see this book get published, and some of you might recognize your names here. Some people read it in advance and gave a bit of a review, or what's the word, like a testimonial or something like that, or a book endorsement. So that's really cool. I love how it's like a community project like that. And this book is available in my Etsy if you're interested as an ebook. So you get the PDF, exactly what you see here. I print this from the PDF version, so you can too if you want. Some people have done that and bound it, and it's just about my journey when I had depression and anxiety back in 2015 and 16, and it was how I experienced depression and anxiety and the tools that I learned to get through it. So that's that book. I do have one physical copy left as well. If anyone's interested in the physical copy, feel free just to email me. Otherwise, the ebook is available in my Etsy as well if you want a more affordable option for that. So yeah, I wanted to do another raffle for this book this time. So basically, I'm actually going to run it through a PayPal fundraiser. Last time people could just purchase a ticket by through PayPal, so I'm still doing it through PayPal, but I'm going to make it a bit more official as a proper book fundraiser. And it's just $2 a ticket. So, and it's whatever your currency is, just to not complicate things. So $2 in your currency. And you can definitely purchase more than one ticket. Lots of people here, you know, if they just wanted to participate in the fundraiser, they like put in a donation amount, but that translates as, for example, if you wanted to donate $10, you get 5 tickets for the raffle. And that will cover, you know, the journal and the postage to get to you. So that is pretty exciting. But yeah, I wanted to make it super affordable for anyone to be part of this fundraiser and to be part of this raffle. So $2 a ticket, you can purchase as many tickets as you want, and the fundraiser will go for 1 month. So what that's going to motivate me to do is, for this month, I am going to get this book ready to be published. So I need to scan all the pages. I need to do a lot of editing of the pages. I need to add some text through digital text. I need to get it all formatted and ready to be published, and then I can finally list it ready to go. I will have a physical copy available, a print-on-demand version, as well as an ebook PDF version for different people's preferences. So I've got 1 month to get my act together, 1 month to get organized, and by the end of that month it will be ready. This is my aim, ready to be published. So that is exciting. It's going to definitely motivate me. So yeah, I'll quickly do like just a bit of a flip through here for you. There's lots of goodies. Like there's like a vintage postcard. There's some beautiful French script. And just so you can see if you're interested. I mean, some people might not be interested in the journal. Maybe you're not into French. Maybe you're not into the antique grungy theme, but you still want to be part of the fundraiser. That's why I kind of made it a fundraiser as well as a raffle, so that people could still donate without like, you don't have to enter if you don't want to. But I feel like everyone should just enter anyway, because even if it's not a journal for you, maybe you can gift it or you can pass it on to someone who really loves it. Some people do that. They will enter one of my giveaways, for example, and they will they'll enter, but they'll pass on the journal to like the next in line for someone else who entered. So the other thing is, if you do enter or donate, you will have the option to be included in the thank you page of this book. So some of you have already donated through a previous fundraiser they had, and so big thank you to Margot and to to Dee and to Deborah and to Cheryl. Thank you so much, ladies. To Jennifer, you guys, your name will be in the book. If you don't want your name in the book, just let me know. And you can put like a little note, and whatever name you put there, I'll put in. So you don't have to have like your full name. You can just have a first name if you want. You can have your initials if you want, whatever you want. And if you don't want your name in there, just let me know as well. But yeah, I will put all of your names for all the people who purchase a raffle ticket and donate to this fundraiser on that thank you page, which I think is so exciting. And they've got like a beautiful antique envelope and another beautiful vintage postcard. So there's lots of goodies in there. You can see it's got more of that antique grunge style. Like, look at this, you get a full vintage French receipt here, like just amazing. One of my stamped envelopes there. There's lots of goodies. Yeah, if you want a thorough in-depth look at what I put in here, I talk through everything in that other flip through. But yeah, $2 entry fee for this beautiful quilted fabric cover. It feels so nice in the hands, a soft cover, beautiful, beautiful lace. So that is the journal. Now, let me chat about this book. If you don't know anything about this book, I mean, I'm guessing most of you would know about it because I've been working on it for like almost 2 years now. Basically, it's called Lamp in Dark Places, and the tagline or the subtitle is Finding Gems in the Struggle. And it's about pretty much the last 3 years and how I worked through various different struggles. And I cover things like the struggle of identity, of comparison, of jealousy, of purpose, of faith, and just how to live and how to spend your time, and what, like, who am I and what am I doing? That's kind of the questions that I was wrestling with. And I got into quite a dark place. There's 4 chapters in the book, and just a little heads up, the second chapter gets quite a bit it's the darker chapter where I had my biggest struggles, and that chapter is called Dark Night. So, you know, like the dark night of the soul. And it gets quite intense because I went through a lot of feelings, I went through a lot of thoughts, but I hope my aim with this book is that it's just very relatable. It connects with people to let them know they're not alone in the struggles of life. Like, it took me a long time to learn that struggles are just part of life. They don't make us a bad person. They're not necessarily because we're to blame. It's not necessarily because of anything we've done. It's just life happens. And it's about navigating how you respond in a healthy way to struggles. And often, like, people won't talk about their struggles. They won't talk about, you know, jealousy or comparison and all these different things, because, you know, we want to present this well put together, strong, perfect image. But I'm all about sharing those struggles, sharing the dark times, sharing those, you know, sometimes those spiraling thoughts and feelings that can really suck us under, and show that you can work through all of that and find a way back up. And so this is all of my journey, and I just hope that by me sharing some of my stories and things that I've learned, that it is just so completely relatable and that you connect with it, and for you as the reader to know you're not alone, and maybe that it's even like a mirror and you can see yourself in these stories and be encouraged by them. So yeah, that's basically the book in a nutshell. And I just want to share, it's kind of like this huge stack of pages, a lot of pages. So this is my everything journal. This is the journal that I kept throughout. Oh, I should mention as well, there is a link down below in the description box if you want to be part of that raffle and fundraiser to the PayPal fundraiser, and that's where you can go to purchase a ticket and donate. So basically this is like the first brainstorm of different topics I wanted to include in the book. These are different book options, and then I just played around with different things that I wanted to do. This one's like a permission page, and that's what turned into this page here. So that's where you see the workings out. Like, this was the draft, this is the final page in the book. Let me give another example. So here, this was the draft, and then here is the finished page. I used an old book page in the background. You know how I love using vintage books for actual pages. So cool. So you can see, yeah, this is, I didn't know that these pages would end up in the book. This was just me journaling throughout the year, and this one ended up being a page in the book. Maybe I'll go through this first and then I'll show you. This photo ended up being in the book. This was a mind map, and this actually went into the book as well as a single page. I redid the mind map and then I collaged over the top of it. And this heavily was one of the themes of the journal, of how to feel at home in your own skin, how to feel at home in your local place in the world, and then how to feel at home in the big picture of the world. So like lots of questions of identity. I did lots of collage pages inspired by this look in my book. I knew I wanted to include typewriting in there, and some different quotes I knew I wanted to include. That photo I included in there. I wanted to touch on creativity and writing and the role of art and creativity in mental health and well-being. So that's sort of worked through the book throughout it as well. I wanted to include some songs that really impacted me. This page ended up being in the book. I redid it. That was a bit of a harrowing time. This page ended up being in the book. Same with this one. And if you're doing the Everything Journal course, which is a year-long course that I run through my YouTube channel in the members tab, you might recognize some of these pages. This was one of the prompts that we did. This was one of the pages that became part of my book. This became part of my book. We do mind maps in the Everything Journal course. We do inspiration boards. We work with all different materials. We do a timeline. We take photos. We do watercolor. These kind of pages ended up being sort of in the book as well. This type of page ended up being in the book. Same with that. So more timeline stuff. This ended up being in the book. I'll show you that later too. These pages all ended up being in the book. like a lot of the pages didn't, but you can see a lot did as well. This page ended up being in the book, and then this was me coming towards the end of the year. Now I had most of the pages, and this was me trying to arrange the pages, because yes, I created all the pages, but not necessarily in order. And so now I had the task of deciding, okay, where is each page going to go? How am I going to arrange these pages? So that took quite a long time trying to figure that out. I would cover my bedroom floor with all the pages and like mix and match them and just see which pages worked well together. This is me practicing writing the title. This page was just me personally journaling, letting out some feelings, and it ended up being part of the book. Again, just trying to work out the layout and things like that. So yeah, that is my working book. Like, this is like a draft of my book. I had no idea it would be, but it's all there. I love this record. And then it turned into this. So let me just show you some of these pages that you saw. So there's this one. Let me see if I can turn these over. I can't get these out of order because I need to go scan these. This is the order. This is the final order of the book. It's amazing. So here's that I am here page. And this one's like a declaration. It might look a little bit depressing and dark and depressing, but it's actually a declaration of a celebration of, even though sometimes I feel this way around the outside, I'm still here and I'm still going to sparkle. So that's a declaration of identity and a celebration of identity. Here's that it's going to be okay page. Like, this is very significant to me. It's one of the most simple pages, but often the most simple ones are the ones that mean the most. This is one that we did for the Everything Journal course as well, where you get to write a letter to yourself, and it's your message, not just to yourself, but if you could speak words to all people in the world, what would you say? And this is sort of my message. And I actually dreamt that. So as I was working on the book, I had a dream one night, and something similar, words, like I changed them a little bit, but it was inspired by a dream I had, which was amazing. Here's that page, the sparkle. I need a bit of sparkle. That was a bit of a revelation for me, which was very significant. Here's that one, again from the page. Love it. Psychology in Seattle features in my book. I asked their permission if I could include their catchphrase and some of their things that have helped me, and they said yes, you can include it. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, yay. And then here's that one there that was inspired by those circles. So cool. This is one of my absolute favorite pages from the book. Again, I think the most simple pages tend to be my favorite. I love these. I'm thinking about eventually, after I publish, releasing some of my favorite pages as prints, standalone prints. And I might even just alter them a little bit and put like a quote instead of, my story, to go with the image. So I'm thinking about doing that. And then, like you can see, I had a watercolor page in my Everything Journal, and this is what a watercolor page turned into in the book. And you've heard me talk about my grandma, my kindred spirit, and anytime you see those rainbows on my desk, that's the crystal that shines those rainbows. So that's very significant. Keanu features in my book as well. This is his artwork. These are his paw prints. I love that so much. And then here's another page. That's that one where I was going through a bit of a rough time, and it was just pure self-expression. Keanu features again. And then here's that favorites page that I was telling you about, or showing you in that Everything Journal as well. That's what I call it, my Everything Journal. And yeah, that was my current favorites as of the 14th of June 2023. Some of them might be a bit different now. So that is in the book. And let's just give you a sneak peek of this one too. This is one of my favorite pages. So you can see the collage in the background. That was inspired by some of those collage pages with the pattern and the tissue paper, the doily. Like, I love using masking tape and, book page, ledger paper. And I teach this method as well in the Everything Journal course. So yeah, it is so fun. This book has been a huge project, a lot of work. So if you are interested in supporting this project and want to see it published, then feel free to donate to the fundraiser and purchase a ticket for this raffle. My goodness, it's been quite a journey. Oh, I just want to share one more thing. So this is my everything journal for the Everything Journal course, that year-long course that I run. And I'm thinking of running it again next year. If anyone's interested in that, let me know. I've got a couple different options of ways I could run it next year, because this year I ran it with 2 process videos every week for the entire year, and also 2 Zoom calls every month. So I'm not sure if some people just want the videos, maybe some people just want the Zoom calls, maybe some people want both. I'll have maybe those 3 options if people want any of that. But this is my everything journal for the course, and a lot of it's very similar to the book. I used my book as the inspiration for the everything journal course. So this page actually was a prompt for the course where we did a dedication page. And this, I'd already done a dedication page for my book, but I loved this page so much that this ended up being the last page of my book. And I typed the final words of my book right here. So that's how, you know, just doing your daily journaling, doing some creativity just here and there can sometimes turn into something more. And this page turned into the final, like the final page is significant. That's like the most important page of the book, almost, you know, aside from maybe the cover or the first page. But yeah, this was so significant to me, and it came from the Everything Journal course. I love that. Yeah, so I will be sharing throughout this month that the fundraiser is going, maybe 1 video a week, just sharing maybe some pages from my book or some more behind the scenes looks at the process, maybe doing some process videos showing how I put together some of the pages, maybe giving you some prompts. And yeah, I'll just be sharing about the book every week for the duration of that fundraiser until it gets published. So I am very, very excited. I hope everything was covered, but if not, it will just be in the description box below. Basically $2 to enter this journal raffle. You can purchase as many tickets as you want. The raffle is part of a fundraiser to get my book published, and yeah, you can also get your name on the thank you page as well. So lots of little bonuses here and there. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, just email me or comment, or all the ways to get in touch with me are down below in the description box as well. And yeah, it's international, open international for people 18 and over. So yeah, anyone can enter from around the world. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Just trying to think if I missed any like logistical details or anything. I'll put it down in the description box if I have. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much to everyone who's already supported me on this journey and been with me, and like all through last year really. I shared quite a few more Willow Princess videos last year, and a lot of the things that I shared in those videos were things that were in the book, because obviously those were the things that I was going through, those were the things that I was thinking about and learning about, and so those were sort of video versions of pages of my book, which is kind of fun to think about. So yeah, thank you so much for being part of this whole amazing journey, and thank you so much for all of the lovely comments throughout last year and this year of people asking, you know, how's the book going, and can't wait to see the book published, and can't wait to read it, and just people supporting me. And big thank you to the people who also read an advance copy and provided a what's it called, like testimonial or endorsement. Thank you so much. One of those ladies, her words were just so spot on, so golden, that her words became the blurb, because she just summed up my book. She saw it so perfectly. She understood what it was. She knew the heart of it, and she's journeyed with me throughout this whole thing. So D's words became the blurb of my book, which is just amazing. I love that you guys can be part of it. Like, it's me putting it together, but you're woven through these pages, and you know, you've come on this journey with me. You've traveled this journey with me through this book. So I hope you feel part of it, and the way you were part of this one too. And I'm just so thankful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys. A big thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in September. You are wonderful and I appreciate you so much. Thank you for believing in what I do. If you would like to become a patron, my Patreon website is linked down below in the description box, and that's where you get access to all my extra videos, including the monthly Making a Journal series videos, plus all my printable kits from my Etsy are on my Patreon for the rubies. And depending on your tier level, there's mail that can be sent out to you, little happy mails or journals, and that kind of thing. So thank you so much for all your amazing support and words of kindness and encouragement. It means so much to me.